Welcome to this week's WQN, episode number 2. This week I'm filming in a different location because my apartment is hot, because I wasn't here all weekend, and so I don't want to go into my filming room where I will melt. This week's top 2 stories, only 2 stories this week, because honestly every story coming out right now is about North Carolina, and I would have to dedicate an entire show to just about North Carolina, which I probably will in the future, but I didn't want to. That said, the first story is actually from North Carolina, and it's about a Hillsboro church where a pride flag has been stolen and burnt multiple times. And the second story is about Israel investing a lot of money into queer tourism. A church in Hillsboro, North Carolina, has been flying pride flags to show support for the queer community in the state. As you know, right now, North Carolina is where a bill has been passed, a religious freedoms bill has been passed, that is widely homophobic and transphobic and everything else. So this church, this church that the bill is supposed to be benefiting, has been flying pride flags to show support. Now, unfortunately, some people in the town are taking offense to this. And the pastor, Jay Kennett, has said he has had to replace the flag 3 times in a week. In the week, 2 weeks, week and a half, since he started flying it. Because the first flag was found burnt in the churchyard. So people went in and they burnt a flag. As you know, burning flags is something you're not supposed to do. And the other one, the first replacement flag, was stolen, and it hasn't turned up since. Pastor Kennett has said that he is not going to back down from these acts of aggression, and he is going to continue showing his support for the queer community in the state. So good for you, Pastor Kennett. Thank you. Kennett went on to say that Jesus welcomed all people, and that your sexual orientation and identity are part of who you are, and we won't turn you away because of that. It's like he's a Christian acting like Christians are supposed to. The church has had a lot of positive feedback from the community, from verbal support to even self-proclaimed atheists giving the church money so that the church can continue showing their support for the queer community in North Carolina. And this story, while being sad at the fact that somebody is breaking into a churchyard and burning their flags, is also really happy because this church that North Carolina's new law is supposed to be benefiting is actively standing up to the government of the state and saying, no, this is wrong. This isn't a religious freedoms thing. This is a human rights thing, and you are taking the rights away from these people. So you know what? Good for you, Hillsboro United Church and Pastor Jay Kennett. You, sir, and your congregation are true Christians in a world where there's not too many of those left. So good for you. The country of Israel is planning to invest 11 million NIS, which is New Israeli Shekels, into LGBT tourism. Now this amount of money converts into about $3.7 million Canadian, which is huge. That's a lot of money. And they're planning on investing in it into LGBT tourism in the country, following the success of Tel Aviv's Pride events that they have in there. Recent years have seen an increase of queer youth coming to Israel to participate in Tel Aviv's events. And the country wishes to extend this influx of tourism year-round. Tel Aviv has become a much more liberal city during the past decade and is trying to capitalize on this. They've become much more open-minded and welcoming, and they're trying to show the entire world that, hey, no matter who you are, no matter what you believe in, no matter your sexuality, your gender, whatever, we welcome you and we support you. Come visit us. Which, there's not too many countries, not too many places out there that are actively going out and saying that. A lot of the places are like, yeah, we totally support everyone, but we're not going to say that in our advertisements. Israel has not clarified how they intend to promote or what kind of events they will be hosting, but they're working with various organizations within the country and within other countries, surrounding nations, and are looking towards a long-term plan. This is cool. This is cool. These are two good news stories, actually, which I kind of meant to do, especially after last week where it was a bunch of sad stories. Anyway, good on you, Israel. Good on you for trying to increase the amount of LGBT and queer people who are coming into your country. Good for you on showing the entire world that you are an open and friendly place. There's a lot of stuff going on with Israel right now on the national stage and the international stage, which I'm not going to get into because that's not what this channel is about. But let's just say Israel's had a bit of a bad rap lately. It's for reasons. Some are good, some are bad. But the fact that Israel is going out of its way to promote this, I think is a good sign for them and for the country. Anyway, this has been WQN, your weekly queer news. I hope you enjoyed it. And as you can see, I'm moving the weekly uploads to Sunday instead of Saturdays because Saturdays have not worked out at all for some reason. So I will see you next Sunday for the next episode of WQN. Hope you guys all enjoyed it and have yourselves a great day or night, whatever it is for you.